Hey everybody, Barry here again. Back at Desperado. Looky here. I got it pulled back in the shop. For anybody who saw the last video, that green extended cab, absolutely useless to me. So we're back at Desperado. I put it inside. Wallace is gonna come take it, throw it up a crusher. I'll never have to think about it again. So what I have to do today is undo the lift kit that was previously installed. And by undoing it, I need to put the piece of frame back in there. I hate doing rust repair. I really, really do. The rat rod, I love it so much. It is my baby. I hate rust. I hate rust repair. Idiot repair, not so bad. Just fixing stuff that other people did for nonsense reasons. I'm fine with that. Let's go outside and see where I'm gonna get that piece of frame. And Cass will never admit it, but I am gonna have those wheels on Desperado. She wants me to use these awful off-road 18-inch wheels that are on here now because she likes the 20s better, but they're not really like hot rod truck wheels. They're more like black Cadillac wheels. So I've got three 50-foot extension cords all hooked together, and I need just that last little bit. So I guess we're looking at about 500 feet of cord, which is FAA approved. I already checked. You don't have to look it up. Well, we're almost to the truck. Oh boy, we're almost there. We need to bypass the old 4.3 this time. Cord stopped right there. And I need to get right there. Perfect. And here's the best wife in the world coming to bring me a tea. Look at those wheels. Aren't they gonna look sweet? They're gonna be wicked on Desperado. Plus, they're actual Cadillac wheels, so you know. Best wife ever. Ah! Why do I do this to myself? Christmas tree cords are better anyway. Sorry we couldn't see a lot there, but I cut this out. Most of the way around there is cut. Now I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with this to try to break the last bit of metal there. Not ideal, but control arm's in the way, so I can't really get at it. I really only need this piece and this little front section here anyway, so I cut off more than I needed. And it's working. Oh, and there's a steering box I need to put in the Cadillac. Ooh, almost. Right to the last strand, aren't you? Ooh, I think we might have it. I think might have it. Seriously? Come on. Are you serious? Oh, there we go. Oh no, now it's gonna rust out again. Well, I'm just finishing up bringing in the last few things, the cords and stuff, and I'm glad I got that piece cut out. It was great. I didn't expect it to go as well as it did. I didn't even need to use a hammer. So that's perfect. The piece is right here. Beautiful. I didn't have to cut that off, but I didn't feel like walking up to grab a wrench, so well, what's one cutting blade, I guess. And yeah, it looks kind of gross, but it's not rusted out. This is fine. If this doesn't come out as clean as I'd like, I'll probably just unbolt it off another truck because it unbolts here and here. So, you know, really not a big deal. Lots and lots of meat left on that. It's not going to cause us any issues. I expected these bolts to be really hard to get out, but well, it spins the whole bolt, so that's great. Well, it's not as rusty as even I was hoping it wouldn't be. So that's good. Not bad at all. A little bit scaly yet. I gotta fix that, but I'm gonna clean up all the way around here so I can cut it and weld the piece wherever it needs to be. At least it'll already be cleaned up. I'm gonna leave this exactly like it is because this is the way I took it apart. So if I unbolt it and then there's a little bit of elongation in the holes, then I put it back in and it's squished, then everything is squished. So I'd rather just leave it exactly as it is. That way I know this piece and this piece right now are perfectly in line. But before I do any more cutting and grinding on this thing, I need to add a little more protection along the side of this boat. Much gooder. I hope the tape doesn't leave any adhesive on the boat. Well, first step, I guess, remove the nasty from this, and then I can start really sizing it up. Whoever welded this must have used a hot glue gun with dollar store glue sticks and never let it heat up. Well, I just went to beat it off with a hammer and realized it welded it inside too. Let's be real though. If he spent 5 minutes with a grinder and cleaned it up like I just did, he could have avoided all of the roasting that I've been doing. Got it pretty well cleaned up. I'm not going to need all this meat. It's probably just going to be cut here, right across, and then I'm actually going to have to cut it off right around here somewhere. And that's not really a huge deal, but I'll be just welding it around here and back up around there, and you know, same thing that the last person had done. You can see that some of this one is left there, so it's very thick. I've got no problem welding right back onto that. I know it's not like pretty, but I'll get it done as cleanly as I can. Just got to take a few measurements and start cutting. I've got a rough drawing made here, and I'm gonna cut it probably back a little bit. Right here is just about exact. Back off this red line just a bit here, and then go around here and leave a bit extra. If I can get it to bolt in here and sort of slide up, I can trim, as long as there's too much meat and not enough meat. Oh, I really hope this fits. If I have to, I'll add in metal, but I'd prefer not to. You can see that I've got it cut on a real freaky angle there. That's because both cuts that the guy made on the lift kit are on different angles, so I guess that's what I've got to do too. First test fit. Wow. Should have brought a hammer. All right. Well, not actually that far off. My bolt holes down here don't quite line up perfectly. I've I've got to go ahead about 1/4 of an inch, which is not a big deal actually. Not a big deal at all, because I got a couple gaps here I'd like to tidy up anyway. Like this one here is quite a bit of a gap actually. So we put that about right there, trim that around. I'm probably going to have to add some metal in right here, but still not overly concerned actually about that. I'm just going to notch this corner off there and a little bit back here. So I'm actually going to follow the same cut that I had, and my height here seems to be just fine. I might have lobbed off just a little bit too much, but I'll work with what we have, and that's what I have. Well, what do we have here? 2 bolts are in, and they're like surprisingly good. No strain on it either way. I got some gaps. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I got some filling in to do, but everything right there lines up really well. And I can get at it to weld it inside and out, so I'll be just fine there. A little bit of a gap down here, right there. But again, not a big deal. That's what welding is for. Really excited about this actually. I can't wait. So I'm going to put nuts on this, bolt this down tight so that I'll have no risk of flexing. Obviously again, leave this bolted in. Weldy, 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 weld. I'll do a full weld, let it cool completely before I go taking any of this part, because I am going to take it apart, wire wheel it, and you know, clean it up so I can get ready to paint. Looking good. I just want to let everybody know that I just filmed a whole segment in slow motion and it took all the wind out of my sails. Okay, so it's working. Everything's working really, really well. I, of course, am not an amazing welder, but I'm not done welding. And I have a really good grinder, so it'll look really good. Anyway, my lunch break is over, so I'm going to let this all cool as it is. I did put nuts and bolts on this, tighten it up, and I put the bolts in a place where they could easily spin and move, come out of the brackets here. So I kind of tapped it around till it was like perfect, and hopefully it'll stay right there. I'm not going to mess with any of this now because it's cooling, and if I do move it, it'll probably warp. So yeah, we'll check back in about 5 seconds. It'll be tomorrow's lunch break, and I'll finish welding this up. I can't believe it's starting to actually look like a frame again. Super cool. Look at that. That is really is the nicest that I've ever done. Maybe that's not saying a lot. It's no Fitz's Fabrications job, I will say that much. Although Fitz has taught me a lot of stuff. Yeah, man, I like it a lot. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I grinded down the outside, make it look nice. The inside, I left it exactly as it is. It's not very fun looking down there. It's very fluxy looking, but that's part of the flux core, I guess. Dude, I'm so happy with that. Oh, I love it. So the frame is back to stock. That's so cool. All I gotta do now is put the control arms in. And that is after I take out this dirty lift kit piece that I've been trying to get out and it's really hard. But after I get those torsion bar relocation mount bracket pieces out of the way, then I can start putting this thing back together. All-wheel drive front diff is gonna go in it. Not right yet because I wanna paint the frame first. As soon as this is a roller again, I'm gonna roll it outside, wire wheel the whole frame, and then probably Chloe, Lily, and I will paint it. But that's all in upcoming videos. That's not a today thing. I'm all done for today. I just wanted to get that cross member welded back in, and that is very exciting to have it done. And it looks so good. I'm so excited. That showing improvement means that I'm learning things, or maybe that I'm taking a little more care than I normally do or that I used to. So it's really cool to see some actual progress. That is actual progress. So I'm all done for today. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. My YouTube members link is down here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.